So if you'd like to gather your props and start to find a seat that will be comfortable for you, we might be coming to a cross-legged seat. And as we find the seat, if it's possible to trade and put that second favorite leg in front or on top, give that a try. Adding any support under the legs that you may like. And maybe you try it out and just say, no, thanks. Maybe it's not for you at this moment. Maybe it's possible for a little while. And of course, we'll swap in a little bit. Invite the eyes to rest. Take a deep inhale, sighing it out. Now we may repeat that, just visualizing releasing tension from the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. Full deep breath. Sighing out the tension, letting it go. Feel free to include sound, to include vibration. We may let the chin dip a little closer to the chest. Finding a little wobble, a very gentle wobble. Feeling breath and body, noticing perhaps the stretch at the back of the neck. And very gently rolling your ear to one side. You choose the side, we will do both. We may tip the ear towards its same side shoulder and perhaps find a nod of the head. Now, maybe a slow nod forward, down. But it might be a very gentle tipping, leaning back of the head. And it's really about what you feel, maybe in the side of your neck. Very gently finding the middle of the chest again, and at the middle of the chest, we may find a small glide, side to side. And perhaps if and when you feel ready, letting that second ear move towards its same side shoulder. And the head may nod. Maybe we're finding stillness. You might be feeling called to place your fingers on areas of tension at the neck or maybe even the shoulder. Letting the chin find its way back to the middle. Slide the shoulders forward. Roll the shoulders forward. Guide them up to the earlobes and very gently roll the shoulders down and back. Full breath in body, crown of the head high, and then leaning the head back like someone's holding on to your earlobes, sliding the throat back. Let yourself feel like you have a double chin. We may be creating a double chin, and then let the nose tip glide forward. Feels a bit funny, and then slide the head back like a slow motion chicken pecking its corn off the ground. Let's find a spot that feels like it's in the middle. Pick a direction and turn your head to that side. We might find a yes nod off to the side, keeping the shoulders forward. We may just pause and we might lean the head back moderately. Very gently find the middle, perhaps a little sway, nod of the head. And you might take your hand to one side of the neck. You can choose which side, and very gently explore. Massaging the neck, you might walk the fingers down the upper shoulder. We'll find our way back to the middle, retracting the head again. Slide the nose tip forward. One more time, slide the head back, and then find a spot kind of in the middle, letting the nose tip move to your second side. So perhaps the head is nodding, shoulders forward. Perhaps the head is still. We may lean the head back like you're trying to hear something. You can almost hear it back behind. We'll find our way back to the middle, perhaps a little glide, maybe taking fingers to the other side of the neck, maybe both sides of the neck at the same time. We might walk the fingers across the shoulders, up and around the neck. Let the body sigh. Rock on back, extend each leg, press through a heel, press through the other heel, maybe give the legs a little wiggle, trading the cross of the legs. Add in any support you like. We might wiggle, explore that seat, trying to bring shoulders up and over hips. Full breath. Pick an arm, start to wiggle the fingers and bring that hand to the opposite side of the chest. Let's slide that arm out to its side, turn and look in that direction, mobilizing fingers. Thumb up, thumb forward, thumb down. Go ahead, open all the digits and maybe thumb back, and we might keep going until we just can't anymore. Flourishing the fingers, go the other way. So we're flourishing the fingers, we're mobilizing the wrist, but we're also moving the shoulder. Let's land with the palm up and invite the arm higher up, and perhaps we twist a light bulb overhead. Rebending the elbow, letting that arm land. Just give yourself a moment, maybe a little nod. Same side you were just on, give a little waggle to that elbow. Let's slide that elbow back like you're drawing a bow, but we might go a little higher than that. Maybe like you're about to expand into a real big stretch from a yawn. And then invite that arm forward and perhaps across the body a bit. Curl the fingers in, draw the elbow back. We may look in that direction and repeat. So next time we bring it back, let's move that arm across the body and consider supporting the arm. We might extend the arm across the chest and look in that direction. Crown of the head could stay high. The head may tilt forward, chin may tuck in. Finding our way back to the middle. Is that shoulder asking for a roll? Maybe. Second hand to the chest. Check in with breath. Starting to expand the arm out to the side. Reaching out, maybe some movement in the fingers, maybe nodding the head. This side might be feeling different. So we'll land thumb up, thumb forward, thumb down. Maybe the thumb moving back, and we're starting to open all the digits, flourishing the fingers, rolling the shoulder. Staying connected with the breath, just feeling through it. So next time the shoulder's back, the palm is up, we may start to raise the arm up in the air. And perhaps we're twisting a light bulb up in the air. Tightening it, loosening it, just going back and forth. Check in with the side ribs. And letting that arm release down. There's no hurry. Again, maybe this side's feeling pretty different. Give yourself a few moments to breathe and sense. And we may bend that elbow and draw it out to the side and back. And reach the arm forward and across the body. Perhaps we're curling fingers in. Drawing that elbow back. And you're welcome to keep it dynamic. You can keep going with this motion, or maybe we grab the arm. We might support the arm and still keep going with the motion. We might find the hold. We may tilt the chin in or the head a little forward. Breathing. And perhaps we rest the arms, let the eyes rest. Maybe we roll one or even both shoulders. Consider holding opposite elbows, taking the elbows higher. Stop at any point along the way. The arms may find their way overhead, and we might wiggle the ribs like we're trying to wiggle into a shirt we shrank in the dryer. And then let one hand pat yourself on the back, pressing the head back into the elbow so the chin is not connected to the chest. And then trade sides, patting ourselves on the back. And releasing, letting the arms come down. Let the eyes rest, the shoulders rest. Starting to tip back and send both legs long. Reach out through one heel, Reach out through the second heel. We might find a little wiggle through the knees. We may circle the ankles around, circle second direction. Consider sliding the feet in. We're coming to stand. How might you get there? So we might grab a couple of blocks. We might press down into the blocks. And we may pour ourselves forward. Perhaps we just clear any extra props off the mat to find a standing forward fold. So the head may be heavy. Perhaps we find a nod of the head, a circle nod of the head. We might bend the knees more deeply. We may sway the hips a little side to side. Can we let go of more tension? Where might we release that? Through the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, perhaps the cheeks, perhaps the eyebrows. Let's put some bend in the knees and gradually bring the forearms to the thighs. Let the hips sink a little lower. Take your time. Hips may go lower still. Slowly rolling up to stand. Feel free to just shift it out, maybe a little shift side to side. Stepping those feet in, maybe a bit closer. Fan the toes. Play with a little weight shift. Rock forward, rock back. The toes may rise, release. The heels might come up a little bit. Finding a spot in the middle, spinning the palms forward as we draw up on the fronts of the thighs. Thumb tips may point out to the sides. Arms rising, and exhale, forward fold. You are welcome to have hands on props. Find an inhale to rise halfway up. Putting the bend back in the knees, consider circling the arms all the way up and overhead. Thumbs to brow, thumbs to heart. If you're feeling lightheaded, maybe don't lift the arms over the head. Inhale, circle the arms up. And as we exhale, forward fold. Let's add on a piece. Inhale, rise up halfway. You're welcome to have hands on a chair seat. Feel free to take the feet a little wider as needed. So we may walk the hands or roll a chair or walk your blocks over to the right. I'm mirroring, bending right knee, rolling left hip back. Breathing into side ribs. Let's bring it back to the middle, rising part way up. And perhaps we rock back on the heels, toes get light, maybe ball mounds of the toes get light. Moving forward, the heels may rise and release. Walking the hands over to second side, maybe bending left knee, rolling right hip back. And let's bring it back to center, pouring in, pouring back down into your forward fold. So we may again bend the knees and transition forearms to the thighs, sinking the hips lower, slowly, shoulders, head coming higher. Listen to the ankles, listen to the knees, pressing down into the ground. The arms may rise, the gaze may rise, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. So let's take a moment and circle the wrists. Just calibrating, checking in with how those wrists are feeling. Extend one arm out to the side and flex the wrist. You might go back and forth. If you have a wall close by, you might place that hand shoulder height on the wall. You might just pretend there's a wall there. We may turn the chin away from the hand, the shoulders, the hips, maybe even the toes turn away from, we'll call it wall hand, even if it's a pretend invisible wall. Moving back to the middle, releasing that arm down. So same side arm. Let's take that arm straight up overhead and spin your palm so the elbow is extended as available. Spin your palm so it's pressing into a real or pretend wall. I'm going to drop down so you can see my hand, but you're welcome to stay standing. You can also sit on a balance ball for a little extra balance challenge if you've got one nearby. So your palm is on that pretend wall. Pretending I'm standing. We might be rotating our chest, our ribs, away from, again, we'll call it wall hand. We'll move back to center, and then your hand might move back a little bit. So if you were at 12 o'clock, you're dropping backwards towards 3 or 9, depending on your direction there. Move back to center. If we rotate it, let that hand come a little lower. Move back to center, let that hand come a little lower still. And eventually we'll come back towards 6 o'clock, pressing your hand into a real or a pretend wall, and we're rotating away. Ooh, and just release. We might have some feelings in the wrists and the forearm. So second side, we're taking that hand up the wall, so straight up, pressing the palm into the wall. So even if it's pretend, you're pressing forward, and then we may rotate away from the hand. We'll move back to the middle, let the hand drop back. We may rotate away from pretend wall hand. We may drop back a little further. Keep going lower with that hand until we come all the way down towards that 6 o'clock position. And releasing. You don't, if you're just joining, you do not have to be on the knees. You can certainly be standing or sitting. Circle it out. So from a standing position, let's find the top short edge of the mat, maybe some blocks nearby. Toes fan, palm spin forward. Invite the arms up. We may find a little bit of back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chest rising, keep right foot forward, extending that left leg back. We'll find a little shift through the toes, through that front knee. Hello, back leg. We might circle and circle the other way. The hips may rise, navigating, perhaps tapping left foot forward. Looking out, find that weight shift from heels to toes. Toes fan wide. When you are ready, reaching second leg back. So shifting forward, shifting back, getting into the front of the thigh, inner thigh. Possibly we're circling and circling that back foot the other way. And we might just rock back and forth. The hips may rise. Take your time. Maybe slide left foot back in order to step right foot forward. Shifting it up, pouring back into that forward fold. Option to have hands on the wall or a chair. Maybe we have hands on the ground, wide fingers, and we may walk the feet back. So perhaps we're pedaling the feet. One heel, then the other. We may start to land, really sinking down through each heel. And we continue to pour tension from the head, from the neck. We may step the feet a little further back, rocking towards that high plank position. You are welcome to come down to the forearms at any point. We'll land the knees sliding down to the belly, pointing the feet. Rock the elbows forward. Now, if maybe the feet cramp going into that pointed position, you can always tuck toes. And it might just be one foot. If you've got a foot cramp, you could go back and forth until you find the right spot for now. Breathing into front body. We may find those leans. Pick a direction and start to tilt lean to that side. If you're going to the right, bend the opposite knee, left knee. We might find a little gentle rock, maybe a sway of that leg. Releasing the foot down, find the middle. And we may just find a little sway in the middle. Not a big commitment to the other side yet. When you feel ready, chin turns, finding that second side. Breathing against the ground, and perhaps we're bending that opposite knee. And the leg could be still, but we might find some gentle movement. Eventually release the foot down. Let's find the middle, and perhaps we slide both arms forward, forehead to the ground. We may roll the heels moderately towards the long edges of the mat, let them rock back in, sliding the hands in, hands alongside the chest rising and releasing. The wrists, just say no thanks. You can stay on the forearms or just go hands free completely. Maybe we reach the arms back instead of hands down if those wrists are feeling really sensitive. As we come down, let's turn the nose to the left. Let the heels widen. We may slide the hands forward, lift the chest, lift the heart, turn the nose to the second side, perhaps sliding, hands back, palms up, shoulders draping. We may bend both knees at the same time, and we might explore a little bit of movement, a little sway of the lower legs. We may try circling the ankles in this orientation, and we may try reversing the ankle circles. Pointing the feet, chest rising, option to put hands down to assist pressing back into a child's pose. And perhaps creeping fingers a little further forward. We may lean the hips to the left. Slide through center, lean the hips to the right. We may slide the hands in, and perhaps if the wrists agree, we're pressing up. Now, if the wrists are just saying no thanks, we could put blocks there and bring the forearms on the blocks. Maybe we want some cushion, some padding for the knees. So we may have forearms or hands rooted so that we can round the back, perhaps sway the hips, wiggling hips back towards heels, just a possibility. Shoulders over elbows, we may sink the other way, and maybe we sway the hips to one side, find the middle, sway the hips to the other side, find the middle. So you're welcome to stay on forearms, we might be on hands. We may round the back, we may lean the ribs to one side, bend the elbows, dipping the ribs down, circling, finding a dancing cat cow. Consider going the other way. The movement will be a little smaller if you're on the forearms. And then as we find our way back to neutral, we might take the knees wider, perhaps shift the weight into the right hand and reach that left arm up in the air, going for a twist. We may cycle that arm up and overhead, land the hand, second side, right arm perhaps rising. We may cycle that arm overhead, land the hand, send the hips towards heels, grab perhaps a couple of blocks as arm extenders. Bring the hands, the arms forward, stepping right foot forward, tipping back into the lunge. We may start to glide the hips back, perhaps spin the blocks taller. We could slide or inchworm, front foot further forward, maybe rocking back on the heel. Sending right hip back. You're welcome to stay longer. We may bend back into the right knee. Perhaps we're placing the left forearm on a block. Perhaps we're placing the left hand on the ground, tucking left toes, back leg toes, raising back leg. And we may reach that right arm up in the air, going for a lunge twist. Come out of it, we may release the right hand, left knee. We may find the blocks. Perhaps we're pressing down into the blocks to navigate right knee back, knees wide as an option or together. We may drop down into a child's pose. Brow on support. The support might be the floor. Full deep breathing. If you have support under the brow, consider rolling from side to side, very slowly massaging tension out of the brow. We may find a little nod of the head. Rising up, finding those arm extenders so that we can step left leg forward. Now, maybe if the blocks are sturdy, we're going for full block height, bringing left foot forward, second foot forward, sinking into your lunge. And any point, if you feel like you're just arriving, of course, stay longer. We may slide the hips back. Maybe we're spinning the props higher, sliding or scooting that front foot further forward, rocking back on the heel. What are the toes doing? Are the toes sickling forward? Perhaps we draw the little toe side of the foot back. Staying longer if you like, we may slide the foot in, return to the lunge. So right hand, maybe forearm on a prop, maybe right hand to the ground, back toes tucking, back knee may rise, left arm may reach up to the sky. Cycling that top hand back down to the ground. You're welcome to drop the back knee. We might find the blocks maybe on the tallest setting so that we can press down and navigate left leg back. So knees wide or knees together, tipping back into your child's pose. Now you are welcome to return to a seat. Feel free to start on a prop and not just a kneeling seat. If a hands and knee twist is comfortable for you, we might come back to hands and knees. So we may reach that left arm up in the air like we did with our lunge twist a moment ago and thread that arm under the chest. And you could go back and forth, making it dynamic. We may slide that arm over to the right. We may land on left cheek. We may be planting right hand and swaying the hips a bit left. And maybe we tuck the right toes and press back with that right heel. You might decide that you want your right arm overhead, maybe even diagonally overhead. Releasing right knee to the ground. If we brought it up, we're planting a hand, we're moving back to hands and knees. Second side when you're ready. So maybe right arm rising, moving up into the twist. And we might find that dynamic motion back and forth. We may land, landing on right shoulder, right cheek. Hips may slide a little more towards the right. Perhaps left arm moves overhead. We may lift that left knee, send the left heel back. And it's not unusual to roll out of it if you take it this far. Gradually releasing left knee, planting that left hand, reaching that right arm, maybe just down to the ground. We might want to re-extend and then land the hand Option to tuck the toes, lift the hips, finding that down face dog, maybe a little nod, circle nod of the head. And we may be walking the feet up to the hands. And we may put a little bend in the knees, sink the hips, the arms may circle high, thumbs to forehead, thumbs to heart. So as we find our way to stand, you might want to keep knee padding near a long edge of the mat. You might just want to clear the mat for now. We might grab a couple of blocks, place them at the top short edge of the mat so they're available. Palms spin forward, arms come high, and we may be finding a bit of a standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot stays forward, left leg reaching back leg. So if you decide you prefer the back knee on the ground, consider knee padding. We might bring both hands up onto that front thigh. Perhaps hands on hips. Where's the left hip? Is it rolling back? Can we roll it forward? We have that back heel lifted for now. Throat back, crown of the head high. Possibly the arms reaching overhead. Bending right toes. Bending the elbows, let the hands come down. If the stance is feeling really long, we might slide the right foot in. We may pivot left heel towards the right now, rolling right hip back. We may drop the props, folding in a little deeper. We may bend into that front knee and angle the left toes a little more left, maybe even heel toe left foot wider or further back. Lunging into that front knee, hands may come back to the thigh, back to the hip. Option, of course, to spin that back heel up or have the knee down. We may raise both arms. We may connect the palms and find a steeple grip. Option just to bring hands to the chest. So we may lean forward, tipping forward. We could have hands at the chest. We could place hands on that front thigh, trying to root through that back heel, little toe side of the foot, reaching forward through the crown of the head with bend in the front knee. What are the toes doing? Can we find spacious right toes? We may tip a little lower, release the hands, find your props, peel that back heel up, stepping left leg forward, looking out, and exhale, pouring in. Maybe little nods, circle nods of the head, letting go of the tension in the jaw, rising part way up, left foot forward, right leg reaching back leg. And maybe we take a few moments, find that back and forth movement. We might be moving the knee padding to the right long edge of the mat. Coming part way up, hands may find hips. Back heel, this first round, perhaps elevated. The arms may lift, the gaze may lift. Rebending elbows, letting the hands find the props or the floor. Maybe slide that right foot, left foot back. Maybe pivot right heel to the left, tipping in. We might sink lower. We may start to bend back into that front knee, possibly heel toeing right foot wider, maybe further back, coming part way up. Hands to thigh, perhaps hands to hips. The arms may rise, and maybe we're playing with that steeple grip overhead. We might start to think about leaning forward. Hands could find the sternum, or they may find the thigh, tipping in, leaning in. We may start to release the hands down to the props, peeling that back heel up, slowly loading that left thigh. A little more fun that way, stepping right foot forward, looking out, and pouring back down into that forward fold. We may rise partway up, rock back on the heels, turn the toes out, peel the heels out. Now you might have a balance ball and sit on that and stay up a little higher. We might sink down and find that mosey, shifting from little toe side of the foot towards the other little toe side of the foot, letting the knees go wide. We may find a spot in the middle. You're welcome to keep the hands grounded. We may bring palms back to the heart. We may weave fingers together. So maybe just try this out with your wrist. Extend the arms. Maybe the wrist just says no thanks. And you can certainly take the arms overhead, palms up if that works for your wrist, or it's a little wrist friendlier, palms together, rising up and releasing both arms down, heel toe, feet in. So if you have two blocks, you might put one at either end of the mat. You might just prefer to make a nice tall block stack at one end of the mat. Keep your options open for moving them. So we'll stand at the short edge and take the feet wide. And with the balance, little shift forward, little shift back. I'm going to mirror directionally. Turn the right toes towards the short edge of the mat, lunging into that front knee. Maybe we're extending. We may lunge, find the props, place a hand on the block, and extend the leg. And perhaps we reach that top arm up in the air. We might look down at the ground. Rebending, we may take our block with us, rise on up, pivot right toes in, left toes out. Say hello to the lunge, to the hip. We may lunge and maybe we reconfigure our block tower. We're using a tower. Extending left leg, and perhaps right arm, opposite arm comes up in the air. Maybe gaze towards the ground. Rebending front knee. Let's rise back up, find our way through the middle, heel toe, feet together. Find that top short edge of the mat. We may find a forward fold with both blocks under the hands or a chair seat under the hands. Right foot forward, left foot reaching back leg. Heel pivots to the right. Take your time to rise back up to that lunge position. Right hand, right hip. Left arm rising, reaching that left arm up in the air as we twist towards the right. You do not have to go anywhere else. We might place left hand or forearm on the right thigh. We might find a block and move it in front of or inside that right foot and extend the right leg as we twist towards the right. The right arm may rise. Returning right hand to the hip, bending into that front knee. So we're rooted through the back foot as possible. And consider stepping forward, finding our way back up to the top short edge of the mat. Check in with balance, check in with breath. Left foot stays forward, right leg reaching back. Like you're welcome to have your hands on the blocks. And we can stay low, little shift forward, little shift back. Maybe we're landing the heel, lunging, hands to thigh, to hip. Right arm may rise. We may rotate, twist more to the left. We may lean in, hand to thigh, forearm to thigh, maybe hand on a block, extending left leg. Perhaps left arm rising. Rebending elbow, rebending knee, take your time, hands to hips. We may be pushing off, take as many steps as needed to bring that back foot forward, shifting it out. So from standing, you might use the wall again. We may take right toes back, stretching into the right toes, finding a standing back bend. We might lift the foot higher, grab the foot with a hand or with a strap. We may raise left arm up in the air. The balance may waver. Perhaps we put a little bend in standing knee and press the right foot into the hand. Gradually finding our way back up, we may lift the knee to the chest, perhaps circle the hip, land the foot, shift it out, trading sides. So we may take left toes back, stay with the foot stretch, the toe stretch. We might challenge the balance with arms wide, crown of the head high. We may bend into the standing knee, bend a lot into the left knee. Perhaps the right arm rises. We can stick with this variation. We can back it off. We might bend a little into that right knee, tipping forward, leaning forward, pressing left foot into its hand. And carefully, when you're ready, shoulders over hips, knee to chest, and we may circle from the hip. Try both directions and releasing. Shifting the foot down. So let's think about bringing it down to the floor. And you know best how your hamstrings feel. If the hamstring, the back are feeling a little tighter, grab your cushion or your blanket to sit on. And we'll bring ourselves down to a seat. You're welcome to grab a strap too if you like. So we might rock the sits bones back, heels connected to something. Draw the toes back. Maybe you've got a strap around the feet to help with that. We might put our hands on the ground outside the hips, knuckles or hands, whichever will reach. Chest rising towards chin, chin dipping towards chest. Rolling the thighs a little wider. And perhaps we're walking the fingers forward. And we may take a few moments and adjust fingers back, bending each knee, scooching forward. And as we come down, if your head tends to be off the floor, maybe build the floor up, give yourself some sort of pillow. And maybe put your blocks within arm's reach. So we'll make our way down onto back body. Give yourself a moment to arrive on the back. Consider rocking both knees into the chest. Dusting the feet, left foot down, right leg rises. Cross the right thigh on top of the left. Check in with hip, check in with knee. Maybe hug both thighs into the chest and we might grab the pants on your lower legs. Maybe you're going to be able to wrap your hands around the lower legs. But if you find that the head, the back are really rounded and curling up, give yourself that support. Give yourself a pillow, something under the head. Releasing left foot down, raise that right leg. Right foot is grounded. Left leg extending, crossing left thigh on top of right. Perhaps hug both thighs into the chest. We might find the bind, the grab around the shins. And gradually release right foot to the ground, extend that left leg. We may step the feet wide, let the knees tip in. So if that was feeling like a lot through the hips, the knees, the ankles, we might repeat that on the back body. We might instead try figure 4, right thigh or right ankle crossed on top of left knee, pulling the thighs into the chest. If we're feeling comfortable coming up to a seat or the same position, we might try this with a prop nearby. Come to hands and knees, slide right knee forward and left knee behind the right. So we have that thigh to thigh cross. So accurate self-assessment for hips and knees. We're sitting backwards. You can have something thicker, like a block, to grab and sit on. Maybe it's something more malleable, like the blanket or the cushion. So if you're feeling any stretch on the knees, go ahead and come back onto the variation on your back. If you'd like to add in the arms with this, if your right leg's on top, let's bring the left arm overhead, pat yourself on the back, grab the elbow, pressing the head back into the elbow perhaps. Now you might be holding your top with the left hand and extend the right arm, palm down, palm back, bend the elbow, and place the back of the hand on the back. And then we might kind of negotiate the hand up to link with the fingers. So top fingers linking with bottom fingers. The strap works just fine. Releasing that, and we may give yourself a hug. Letting that go. So again, listening to your knees. Maybe it's comfortable to slide forward, maybe it is not. We might unwrap those knees. So second side, left shin forward, right knee snuggles behind the left. We're widening the feet so that we can sit back. Find whatever it is you might be sitting on. Maybe it is the ground. Checking in, breathing. Maybe you come onto the back on this side and didn't on the previous. I think everyone's coming now. I hear Matilda. So we might take that right arm high, pat yourself on the back, hold the elbow, press the head back into the elbow. And we may take that left arm out to the side, palm down, palm back. So thumb is down, bending the elbow, bringing the hand onto the back. This is cow face pose. Releasing, unwinding the arms. So how would you prefer to get out of it? Maybe it's not leaning forward, maybe it's tipping back, releasing the legs. Again, just checking in, being mindful with the knees. So if you like a strap, if you don't have one in your hand or very close by yet, go ahead and grab it. We'll bring ourselves down towards the back body. We might want to put a block to, or even 2 blocks to the right, but maybe one to the right, one to the left, practitioner's choice. So we'll come down onto the back, bring those knees into the chest, give yourself a little rock. Let the right foot land, extending that left leg up in the air. Sweep the left leg towards the right. Now, if there's a spot where it starts to get really intense, you might bend and extend the leg, bend and extend. And we might tip, tip, tip more towards the right. So we're just checking in, see what it feels like. We'll bring ourselves back up, rebend, release. So if your hips are a little left, bring them back towards midline so we can raise that right leg. And maybe right away, maybe it's a bending and extending right here. It feels different than when we're standing. Starting to sweep that right leg towards the left. And again, maybe bending, extending. We might sweep a little more left. And maybe we find, oh, if we go all the way left, we bypass a lot of the sensation. So maybe we find the spot, there it is. Whew, there's the fun stuff without being too much. Let's bring ourselves back to center, land the foot. Go ahead and locate the strap. We'll try it with a strap this time. Rock the foot into the strap, and maybe right away we're bending and extending. We might be holding the strap with the right hand or both hands to begin with, and you're welcome to keep bending and extending. We might take it a little more to the right. And again, there might be that magical moment, and for me, it's definitely higher up. Maybe you're coming closer to the ground, but you've got that block nearby to support yourself. What happens when we come closer to the ground? Maybe it just changes the location of sensation. We might be extending that left arm out to the left. In your own time, maybe rebending that left knee to make it a little friendlier to roll back to the middle. Let's reach the left leg up in the air, step the right foot in to replace the left. If you need to shift the hips towards midline or the right, please do. Maybe we're bending and extending. Maybe we're going back and forth a little with the leg. We might have a prop out to the left to support the right leg. Could be a chair seat, a wall. We might be extending that right arm. And you are welcome to stay longer. Perhaps bending right knee, rocking back onto the back body. We may slide both feet into the strap and take the feet wider, perhaps drawing figure eights on the floor, on the ground with your sacrum. We may widen the legs, holding the tails of the strap, starting to bend the knees towards a deep squat. Feet are wide. We want the head and shoulders grounded, so that might mean a folded blanket. We're trying to roll the tailbone back towards the ground, the low back. So again, that might mean a cushion, the mat folded, or a blanket as a wedge. We may slide the feet together, stepping each foot back down to the ground. Release your strap and just check in with the hands. Take the feet wide, knees tipping in. We may have been over efforting with the grip around the strap, perhaps circle the wrist. Bring movement into fingers. We may hook the thumbs, reach the arms overhead, arch the back, gliding the hips. One side, then the other, mobilizing fingers, and exhale, releasing. Now you are welcome to stay on your back. Consider what you have nearby for props. Maybe you use a cushion as a bolster. Maybe you've got some folded blankets or other pillows nearby. So we may step the feet, sway the hips to one side so that we can tip and rest in side lying position. with as little effort as possible, bringing ourselves back up to a seat. Grab your cushion, or maybe we're folding a couple of blankets up into that shoulder stand fold. It looks like a rectangle, and stacking them up. You could also roll up your mat. So if you have the bolster and blocks, you could go for more of an incline. So maybe you're just putting the bolster right down on the ground, but maybe we're putting a block on the medium setting and another block on the low setting and creating an incline. So we can bring ourselves with our low back up against the prop. If you've got extra props, the blanket, go ahead and grab it, take it with you, tipping back, leaning back. Make sure that your head is supported. So if you're using blankets, you might have to plug a block or a pillow in to make sure the head is supported. We may be placing a blanket for weight over the hips, the leg position. You could have your legs extended. You might have knees up, feet wide. You may be in a cross-legged position, or even soles of the feet together, which can get a little intense with a longer hold. The backs of the arms, the hands, may drape to the floor. If that feels like a lot right off the bat, you could put props under the arms to elevate the arms, or tuck the fingers into the armpits, crisscrossing forearms, let the eyes rest. Feeling the coolness of the air entering the nostrils, becoming your inhalation. Noticing the sound of the breath departing the body, returning to the air. Rest the eyes. Let the teeth part. The body may spontaneously sigh, the eyes may water. We may yawn. Noticing the body's shape shifts with the breath cycles. Let the mind wander. Gently coming back to this inhale, this exhale. Perhaps the breath is deepening. We may be bringing movement to toes, movement to fingers. We may be bending elbows and twirling wrists, perhaps spiraling or reaching the arms long. And exhale, letting it go. We may be very carefully rolling off of our props to one side or supporting ourselves up to a seat if we're at a steeper angle. As we sit with the breath, we may connect the palms, rubbing hands together, bringing hand to belly and hand to heart. Deep inhale and releasing. Sealing our practice with vibrational sound. Deep inhale in through the nose. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this practice. So let me know if anyone has any questions.